Hello again, everyone. I know that I always say that this is my favorite cocktail, but this one really is super fantastic. It is delicious. If you're interested in bourbon and pineapple cocktails, then you're in for a real treat. This is the Keyser Süze, so stay tuned. Ingredients are coming up next. You will need 3/4 ounce of simple syrup, 1 1/4 ounce of pineapple juice, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. You're going to need 1/2 ounce of suze, 1 1/2 ounces of bourbon, 2 dashes of grapefruit bitters, and we're going to use basil oil and fresh cracked black pepper for garnish. So you're going to need basil oil for the garnish on this drink. If you don't know how to make that, I will tell you right now. So you make that with canola oil. You get a big bunch of basil and you blanch that in boiling water for 10 seconds. You don't want this to go green, so don't overdo it. You're just sort of releasing the oils a little bit and getting it a little wilty. Then you're going to take that out, put that into a cold water bath, just get it cold, then take that out, drain it. That goes into a Cuisinart or a blender, and then you pulse that a couple times, but you also want to pour a little bit of canola oil over the top of that. You really want to incorporate those two things together. Then you're going to take a sieve or a strainer and you're going to squish that basil through that strainer, and that is how you get the basil oil. And then you're just going to put that into another container and put that aside for the end of the drink. Okay, let's get to shaking this cocktail. So we're going to start with 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. Then we're gonna have 1 1/4 ounces of pineapple juice. Okay. Then let's do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. We're gonna have 1/2 ounce of suze. I know that seems like a lot, maybe, but it will work out well. Then we will have 1.5 ounces of bourbon. I'm using Woodford here, but you could use Four Roses, you could use Buffalo Trace. This cocktail is excellent, so anything you use I think will be great. So let's get some ice in here and shake this up. I'm using a new shaker, woohoo, because I wanted to do a little review on it, and so this is a little series of shakers and reviews that I'm doing this time around. Okay, let's shake this up. All right, so then let's get this into our double old-fashioned here with a big cube. This has a built-in strainer, which is okay, so just get that in there. All right, then I'm going to take my basil oil, shake this up a little bit. I'm going to use one of those infamous pipettes that I've used in the past, and I'm just going to drop some of that basil oil over the top. Then I'm going to put 2 dashes of grapefruit bitters in, 1, 2. Then we'll put a little bit of cracked pepper on the top of that. If you like clipping things to the outside of a drink, I think a little lemon rind with a little clip on there would be nice, but that is the Keyser Süze. My husband and I were at a local restaurant that we really like, and we asked the bartender for something with bourbon and pineapple because we hadn't really tried bourbon before, and that sent me on a journey to loving bourbon. I really appreciate it now. She made us this cocktail, the Keyser Süze, and it's such an excellent cocktail. I really wanted to make it for you on this channel. So without further ado, I'm going to try it. This cocktail is so good. I'm not kidding. It's super fabulous. You get pineapple right up front. You really get that basil oil first. You can really smell that. but the pineapple goes really well with the slightly smoky vanilla notes from the bourbon. The suze in this cocktail, you know, that kind of can be bitter. It can be vegetal, but it really complements that basil really well. The pineapple juice really smooths it out. And the cracked pepper browns out the whole drink. It's not too bitter, and it's not too sweet, and you get that cracked pepper right at the end. Like I said before, it's totally delicious. It's really worth the effort. You really should try it. I have a couple of unique cocktails on this channel, but this one really tops them all. So next week, I'm gonna get you ready for National Mai Tai Day. That's it for me today. I would love to see some compliments down below, and also some comments. Compliments are nice too, about this cocktail if you make it. I really would love to see somebody make it and put it in the comments. It's fabulous, like I said. So we'll see you next week. We're gonna do National Mai Tai Day, like I said. Be well, everybody.